Hello and welcome to New Release Tuesday, a feature on This Week in YA in which I tell you about all of the new books this week. And this week we only have September 18th releases. Yes. So this is gonna be short but sweet. First we have Crown of Embers by Ray Carson, and this is the second book in the Girl of Fire and Thorns series. And basically it's about this girl who becomes a warrior queen, and basically awesome. I believe it's epic fantasy. Yes. As always, you guys are gonna keep me in the loop, right? Next is a book that I'm very much excited about, and it's 10 by Gretchen McNeil. And even though the Goodreads description does not say this, I believe that it is a retelling of And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. There are other names for that book, but basically that's the title that I know it by, and that is one of my favorite mystery novels ever. Probably the first mystery novel I had ever read, at least of the adult genre of mystery and like the classic mystery. Anyways, 10 is about a group of high school kids who go on vacation on Henry Island, and just crazy things happen. There's somebody who is seeking vengeance and is after them. Glass Heart by Amy Garvey, and this is about a girl who has supernatural powers, and she kind of pushes the limit even when her friend Gabriel tells her not to. What's Left of Me, which is the first book in the Hybrid Chronicles by Kat Zhang, and this is about a girl, basically this girl who has two souls, one body, and the doctors believe that one of the souls has died and is gone and whatever, but that soul is still living and still clinging on to the life that she once had. The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, and this is a book that I actually finished today, and this is a book that I am super excited about because it is so wonderful. It is a kind of supernatural feel to it. If you like the Supernatural show, you'll probably like this book. It's very much the YA version of that show. Basically, it's about this girl named Blue who was grown up with psychics and was told that her first love will die, and she sees this kid in the graveyard on St. Mark's Eve and is like, oh my gosh, this is the kid that I'm supposed to fall in love with, to find out that he is a Raven Boy, which is a boy that the group of boys that she's told herself over and over again that she'd stay away from, until she starts hanging out with them and finds out that they're pretty cool kids. And they go on the search for the ley lines. They find out about the ley lines and about King Glendower, or Glendover, something like that. But basically, awesome supernatural book. Seconds Away by Harlan Coben, and this is the second book in the Mickey Bolitar series, and basically another book in the series that happens to be very edge of your seat action. What's gonna happen? Burn for Burn by Jenny Han and Siobhan Vivian, and this is about three girls who are seeking revenge on their past. You have Lillian, who's trying to save her younger sister from the horrors that she has once faced. We have Kat, who feels very wronged by her ex-BFF, and then we have Mary, who was once bullied by this kid who happens to be one of the most popular kids in school now. Revenge. Just all of this revenge is happening in YA now, and I think it's kind of cool to see like the consequences of these revenges, not just the stuff. Safekeeping by Catherine Hess is about a girl named Radley who's been living out of the country for a while, and she tries to get back into the country after the Americans People Party takes over and assassinates the president. And after she does so and comes back to the country, she finds that her parents aren't at home anymore and she has to go find them, so she starts walking. Because It Is My Blood by Gabrielle Zevin, and this is the second book in the Birthright series, and it's about this girl who has been in this kind of reform school type thing, and when she comes out, she finds out that that reform school doesn't mean that people change what they think about her, and she also finds out that her friends have moved on with their lives, and so she kind of has to figure out what she wants to do and kind of falls back into her old pace of things. Dead Girls Detective Agency by Susie Cox, and this is about a group of very popular girls who wind up dead, and they have to figure out how they died, otherwise they have to spend eternity playing Nancy Drew. Butter by Aaron J. Lang, and this is about a boy who's nicknamed Butter, and he's been bullied all through school because of his weight issues, and he has now decided to publicize the fact that he is going to eat himself to death live broadcasting on the internet, and it gives him quite the popularity boost in his school and kind of changes his perspective maybe. This book is supposed to be kind of talking about bullies and the bullied, so both sides of the story, and so I'm sure it'll have a lot of great social commentary. Adaptation by Melinda Lowe, and this is kind of like if you've ever heard of birdjacking, and birdjacking is basically birds running into parts of airplanes and causing them to kind of crash land, if not crash. And basically in this book, there's the main character Reese and her friend slash crush possibly. They're coming home from a tournament for smart people, and these birds run into their car, causing their car to flip, and therefore this girl ends up in a coma for a month and wakes up and everything is totally different. Last and certainly not least, and I know you're all probably very excited about this book and this series overall because it's getting all the buzz right now. I have yet to start reading it, but it is The Diviners by Libba Bray. It's the first book in the Diviners series, and basically it's about this girl named Evie who moves to New York from her small hometown, and she's living with her uncle who, there's a big long name for the museum he runs, but basically everybody calls it the Museum of Creepy Crawlies, and very much about like the occult and things like that. And so when people start getting murdered and it has some occult links to it, you know, Evie and her uncle have something to say about it, and they, you know, the police start not questioning them, but, you know, having them involved in, you know, consulting and things like that. And Evie finds that she has some powers of some sort that kind of help her find the murderer. Also, this is set during the Roaring 20s, so that's exciting. So that is all for this week. I hope you all check these books out. If you do, tell me what you think about them below. They should be very awesome. I've read 2 out of all 10 plus books, so I think that they're exciting and good so far. I think this is a good week for books and a good week for literature. I'm repeating myself, so I hope you all have a great day and keep reading.